I'm okay. I just smoked another to the face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you here in the front, so you get my meals. So I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come on with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
I played it, and the referees aren't on the IAL.
Wait, I think we're good.
Are we good?
Yeah. All right.
Perfect timing.
I'll see you later, JB. We good? Talk.
What up, man?
Fucking talk.
Hello. What's the way you talking, mate? What up? She can come in here. Oh, she's asleep.
Good. All right, we're good.
She can out there, or like there's like a little room in there too. We're good. Hey, wait, so like they can hear us right now. This time, welcome to Whatever Ways live on woodsports.com. I'm Eazy Spencer Rex. We got Charles Johnson joining us. You got the whole fam with us. We'll get everyone situated. Apologize for technical difficulties. We got the mics on and running. Shout to BMG. What'd you bring the boxing glove for?
What's up?
Oh man, Spinny's backing out of the kick, by the way.
Dude, this guy volunteers people.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Yo. All right. Yeah, just don't touch that thing. Yeah. Hello. Can you guys hear us?
All right, I'm playing a commercial and then coming back.
All right.
I think we're good. Are you all done at Planet Fitness? Are you all done at Planet Fitness?
Hey, Nick.
What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever Ways Live on WoodwardSports.com. Apologize for technical difficulties. We are ready to go. Reportedly, Jim Harbaugh hacked the system because he just didn't want us tarnishing his his name in a bad way following his suspension. 3 games, I think, is the remaining of the season for Michigan. If you guys, he had to heard by now. If you didn't, he is suspended for the remaining 3 games of the Michigan season. He can coach during the week, but he can't be on the sideline. I asked Matt, does that mean he can at least be up in the booth? He says no. He can't be there.
No, he can't be in the vicinity and game day.
Correct.
It's weird. It's a weird punishment. Like, I've never heard that. Like, yeah, you can coach during the week, but you can't coach during games.
It's real Big Ten-ish.
It is very Big Ten-ish. It's kind of a slap on the wrist, honestly. Like, if they're going to punish it, like, actually do it. Don't just...
I feel like they got pressured into having to do something. And that's why... by the way, like, they already flew to... Was it Penn State?
Yeah,
Penn State, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're already there. I don't get how, like, it could happen that way. We all have the coach, like, the whole week. Flying the plane with the team, land, and you're like, hey... By the way... There's already like litigation, a judgment arrive on. By the way, happy birthday to the Marine Corps out there too. But either way, there's a judge that's gonna like make a special case where he's able to show up despite the holiday, and what they're gonna try to do is motion where this has to be like suspended until like all investigation is thoroughly like just done and finished. Which in that case, obviously, the way we've seen this thing play out tons of times, or anytime anybody big is in trouble, it's like
that's the injunction that Michigan fans are asking for, is for the suspension to be halted, the suspension to be not there until further investigation, complete investigation is done. So I'm not sure what's going on. There's going to be a lot more to come out of this story in the next couple days. But as of right now, Jim Harbaugh is suspended for the last 3 games of the regular season for Michigan.
Which is crazy because Ohio State is currently ranked number 1.
Yes.
Michigan number 3. It was already, I mean, I thought they were going to beat Ohio State either way. Mm-hmm. It's kind of weird that Michigan's even ranked number 3. I guess I get it through, like, the course of schedule. Ohio State's remain undefeated. That obviously makes sense, but on paper, I would say, do you think Michigan's a better team, right?
Yes.
I figured so, too. Well, I think that game's a kind of a toss-up. Am I tripping? I don't know, a toss-up a lot. I mean, it feels...
I don't know.
Different now than it did before.
I don't know if it makes that much of a difference. I'm not sure it makes that big of a difference having them on the sidelines or not. Like, I think they're a better team. They're going to go out there and they're going to win still.
I think it makes a difference, man. I mean, you know how I pick my games a lot of times, like quarterbacks and coaches, and you know who I perceive is better. I mean, we have 2 Michigan fans in the studio right now. On top of it, UFC fighter 2 will be joining us. That's my guy Charles Johnson. Stay tuned for that. Lucas has agreed to take the leg kick, by the way. So at some point, Lucas
is taking the leg kick.
Lucas is taking the leg kick.
Oh,
He's
shit.
taking one for the team. But Gentry, I guess I'll start with you because we haven't heard from you in a minute. I know you're a big Michigan fan. First of all, what's your takeaway from this? And then the Ohio State game, because I feel like it's a lot closer now than before.
I still do think the injunction will be filed or whatever, and he'll be able to coach the rest of the season. So I'm not too really worried about that. But I am surprised. I thought it was going to come earlier in the day. I didn't know they were actually going to wait till this man got on the plane. But I mean, I'm a little surprised, honestly, too, because even if they weren't going to do it today, I thought it would still be after the Penn State game where they did something. So I'm surprised in that aspect, too. So
Nick?
Yeah, I'm surprised that they had the, I guess, the balls to actually suspend Jim Harbaugh. I thought that the Big Ten would not do that. I didn't think that they would come at Michigan like that. They must have, I mean, clear-cut evidence on Michigan. So this sucks that for Michigan in this national championship run, if they slip up one of these 3 games, it's over. And you don't have your head coach now to go into that. It's a little disappointing as a Michigan fan to see it, their head coach go down in this way.
You sound a little flustered.
I'm not thrilled as a Michigan fan. This is their year to win the championship, and this is a big dent in that run.
Yeah.
I think I'm surprised you guys are like still confident in this Ohio State game. I feel like I'd be a little bit nervous. I mean, you should already be. I mean, it's a rivalry game either way. I get they blew them out last year, but like you just never know what's going to happen in these games. And now you're missing like, I mean, whether you like him or not, Jim Harbaugh's a phenomenal coach.
Absolutely,
he's a great head coach.
Yeah.
And now you're missing that key piece against the guy that's been gunning for you, preparing for you for 2 years now. Excuse me. That's all. That's done.
Silent Service in the Woodward Sports chat says, I love MCDC. If the Lions hired Harbaugh, I'd be laughing my rear off just to piss off MSU fans.
What?
I don't know.
That's just
hey,
regular cousin Michigan fan trying to do something, like trying to hide his own pain.
Mike, you're gonna say something about the Ohio State stuff?
I would normally be worried about that game, but Ohio State's offense and Kyle McCord hasn't looked great, at least consistently at all throughout the season. So I'm a little worried about their defense more than their offense. And I think this is going to kind of fire up the Michigan players if Harbaugh isn't there to like go and win this game for them. So I kind of look at it like that. But I'm not too worried about Ohio State's offense, and Michigan's defense has been playing so great this year. So struggling offense with a great defense kind of makes me feel better about it. And you're playing at home, so.
Yeah, to be fair, too, that's like the one thing, like college football is like one of those sports where like talent is going to like drive you a lot of the way there. Mm-hmm. You see it all the time with the SEC teams versus the Big Ten teams. But it's just, I don't know, it's a lot of people in the comments say it's a slap on the wrist. I think that's fair. Charles, are you a big UFC or big college football guy or just a Philly fan?
Nah, man, I'm into NFL.
Okay,
NFL.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not much of a
college football
watcher since Vince Young and the Rose Bowl. So.
Oh, that's a great game. that was college football at its peak.
That was college football. At its peak.
That's when I stopped watching.
Vince
Maybe
Young,
CJ Spiller era.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes, Texas Tech. So
yeah.
That's kind of like the last time I was watching college football.
Yeah, I'm not a big college football guy for the same reason I just said. Like, if you got a lot of talent, a lot of times you're going to win the games out. It's how we've seen it go. That's why it's no worth. I'm not going to waste my time on a Saturday watching Michigan versus freaking Bowling Green, even though that was a close first half. We all know what it comes to, like the second half. Again, that's coaching. Yeah. We see those second half adjustments, and then they come out and it's a blowout from then out. That's the Jim Harbaugh effect. Mm-hmm. Who do you guys expect? Feeling for the head coaching role? Because I know they took turns last time around. You expect that again, or what?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he'll have his dad on the sideline again. Maybe he'll have some other people come down there. Who's the offensive coordinator? Sharon Moore? Isn't that the offensive coordinator?
That's who I think would be. That's my pick. I think would be taken over for when he's gone is Sharon Moore.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I got nothing for you, man. I mean, it's just, if anything, too, like. If you're able to survive, the Ohio State game is the game you definitely want to survive. That's the one that I'd be nervous about. Penn State, did you guys see the head coach with like their promo for the game? He's like
trolling.
Yeah, doing the signs or whatever.
Yeah.
Either way, I think the Ohio State game is the one game I'd be nervous about. Other than that, you just got to survive into that Big Ten championship game, past that, and then into the playoffs. And obviously, if he's there for the playoffs, then you're golden. My question is though, if this, if the judge isn't able to like suspend the suspension or prevent it, whatever word you want to use. Like, or even if it stays, like, is there a following punishment after that, or after the 3 games? It's like we're done with it.
Well, the NCAA can still bring down a punishment. Like, they're still doing their investigation. This is from the Big Ten, so we'll figure out what goes on here. Obviously, Michigan is going to use their lawyers and different things to combat this, to send a juncture to try to stop the suspension from happening. I doubt that gets through by Saturday. Like, they play a game tomorrow, so I highly doubt it's already in place by then, so more than likely Jim Harbaugh isn't going to be on the sidelines for the Penn State game. But we'll see what happens, man. There's still a lot going on. There's still a lot to come out. Like I said, this is just the beginning. Now Michigan's going to battle back. We'll see if the NCAA gets involved, what's going on there. All these Michigan fans saying, oh, leave the Big Ten, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're not going to do that. So we'll see. We'll see.
The other thing, too, is this is technically their second infraction, Jim Harbaugh's infraction.
It's the second time he's suspended this year.
And if you're not mistaken, 2 of those things could be a death penalty. Am I correct? I know you're laughing, but like,
I don't know. Where'd you hear that?
That's just how it goes. NCAA rules.
I'm not sure.
I know NCAA rules it that way.
The first suspension was self-imposed by the university.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't an NCAA suspension. So I'm not sure.
I think I heard that from CBS.
What was he suspended for?
The first one was they'll say a cheeseburger, but he was recruiting during like a dead period where you can't recruit for people.
Most college coaches do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what they all do. And then the NCAA investigators asked him about it, and he told them he wasn't. Like he lied to them. And they found out he was.
Yeah, of course.
So that happened. And then this one is he was caught, like, people in his program were stealing signs from other teams.
Oh, I seen something about this on social media a couple weeks ago,
like
I think.
Recording them at games and stuff like that.
That's an interesting one because you assume that a lot of places might have somebody in place to do something like that.
Yeah.
You know, but
that's
conspiracy theorists, but I feel like that's just a part of the game nowadays. That's why you see every NFL game they covering up their mouth.
Yeah.
You know? And trying to cover up their signs. They got 2-3 coaches doing signs. So, that is a wild one though.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. And like neither of these were NCAA suspensions, so I don't think the death penalty or anything like that comes into service for it. But man, it's just more racking up. He's suspended twice in the same year. We'll see what happens. They're going to fight this to the end. But
I doubt the Michigan program ever gets a death penalty.
What's it saying? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. Yeah, this whole thing is weird because it's something that everyone's doing. It's just they got caught, but not really caught. They just got snitched on.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
We'll see when we get the facts.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's still a lot more to come out for sure.
Yeah, I think if he's not there tomorrow, they'll figure something out where he's there to finish out the season, and then everything comes next year. If not, it's like one of those like 2-3 year long ass investigations the NCAA has, or they finally took away like Reggie Bush's like Heisman Trophy and stuff like that, like down the line, maybe something like that. That's what I'm assuming. The amount of power that university has. I mean, the Big Blue Wall is a thing for a reason. But we do have a special guest, Charles Johnson, in the building. We came here to talk some UFC 295 plus his fight he's got going on next weekend. I want to give him his time and speak on those things. But real quick, Spinny, can you tell us about Lady Jane's?
Of course, I can tell you about Lady Jane's because you can come into Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and register to win a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite to the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
I need to holler at Jeff.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. How would you like to win not 1, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Feldman Chevrolet is Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer in the state. Make sure you guys check them out. Visit FeldmanAuto.com. With over 18 locations across the great state of Michigan, there's one in your backyard. Also, catch Woodward Sports live at the Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. That's Feldman Chevrolet. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, join my guys from Morax.
What up, though?
BMG. We got my man Detroit Mario in the building, and most importantly, our special guest Charles Johnson, flyweight at the UFC, is fighting next week on the 18th.
What up, baby?
Hey, we say what up though here in Detroit. What is the saying out there in St. Louis? Is there anything like that?
What's up? What's good? You know what I'm saying? Like
nothing cool.
Yeah. I'm a what up, baby. That's me. Every time you see me, so
every time.
Yep.
All right, man. I know you have your fight next week.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, UFC 295. That's a big card, man.
MSG.
Yeah.
The brightest of lights.
That's what I'm saying. What are your expectations? Like, actually, let's start with the co-main event.
Yeah.
Tom Aspinall fighting Sergey for that heavyweight championship or interim championship.
Yeah.
What are your expectations and I guess your takes on those two fighters?
Man, I mean, Aspinall is one of the best, most athletic heavyweights we've seen in a while, you know. So I think it's gonna be it's heavyweight, man. It's probably not getting out of the first round.
Hell no.
Sergey hasn't been out of the first round, and Aspinall is just an elite athlete. He can do it all. We don't know what either gas tank is like. Neither one has seen past the second round in some years. So, and Sergey the first in years, probably ever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's thick
but,
too.
I think he got all first round finishes in the UFC, which is wild.
Yeah.
He's the type of person that, like, if he brush your arm, you fall over. You know,
he's got that scary power.
We call him the White Ngannou.
Yeah, man. he a little different, man. And he's 6'3" with a 84-inch reach. And Aspinall got like a 78-inch reach, but he's 6'5".
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know. Them long arms might touch Aspinall. I got him knocking him out. So,
yeah,
but we'll see. I like Aspinall. I like what he brings to the weight class. I like his swag. I like everything about him. But I just think it's just certain guys that, like, you got to stay away from.
Yeah.
But you can't stay away from when you're fighting for championship.
Especially the heavyweight division, man. I mean, you're fighting, like, once you get to that top tier, killers, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously in the UFC in general, actually, I mean, real quick to jump to your career, because obviously you in LFA, and you become almost like a legend a short time there with the amount of defenses you had there. But what has been the jump for you, LFA to UFC, or is it still the same thing? It's just dogs no matter what?
Yeah, it's the level of competition is higher. The stakes are higher, but it's the same fight.
Yeah.
It's the same feelings, same nervousness. For me, I fought in the Apex 4 times now, and then 1 time in arena in my debut. So, like, I haven't really been able to experience the full UFC experience, right?
Yeah.
Outside of that initial introduction into the UFC. So, for me, it's just work, man. I go in there and it's like small. It's like just me and them. So I'm excited to get into arena at some point soon. Hopefully, I am the most active fighter this year, most tested, second most tested fighter. So, and that's with a 7-month layoff, having my baby girl, you know. So
congrats again, by the way.
Congratulations.
Yeah, most definitely.
She has a beautiful baby. By
Thank
the way.
you, bro. Thank you. I'm just excited, man. Excited to perform.
And you're going into your next fight against Rafael Estevam. This is going to be his first fight in the UFC, and are you going to use some of that knowledge, that experience that you've gained in the UFC to try to get the dub here, or what is your game plan?
I don't really believe in that, man. I just believe in you perform at the level you practice at, and you work your work ethic and your consistency. And so I've just been very consistent with my work ethic, my practice habits, and just focus on the performance. I don't really believe in ring rust or anything like that. I believe in being active. I think activity matters. This guy only fought once a year the past few years, but for me, where my mind is now, I just focus on performing. So I'm focused on the day-to-day, the consistency.
So like, you brought up a great point. You said activity matters. Like, is there any, because like I get kind of frustrated as a fan of the sport when I watch guys like Colby like fight, like you said, like once a year and just come back to like a title shot. I guess I'm speaking on him specifically. Is there any advantage of him being able to rest his body like that? Because obviously,
for sure,
these guys are scared to take a single leg kick. These guys are resting off of just one fight and coming in just fresh.
Well, you got to think guys like Colby Covington competed in collegiate wrestling and things like that, so his body has a lot of wear and tear on it, probably, including fighting. So I think that, you know, from what I've felt in my experience now that I've had this time off, because I had 2 years of consistent fighting, defending titles, championship rounds, and then went right into UFC and being the most active fighter in the UFC for the time I was until I sat down in March after April. I feel like I just feel healthier than I've ever been. I've actually been able to run. I wasn't able to run since my fights in the LFA. I wasn't able to like get road work in because of issues and injury things I was just fighting through. And so now it's like I just feel overall healthy. And I think the time matters, especially with the rest in between those fights. Now, if you're trying to push a button like I was and be active, get people to see me, get to know me quickly, get acclimated quickly, that's what my goal was. Yeah. And now it's about smart, take your time, focus, 3-4 months, and just go in there and you can get kill shots. Just focus on the performance and be a little bit more strategic moving forward.
And I heard that this motherfucker Eazy says these guys are scared to take leg kicks when he's offering everybody up, calling people.
Right, he's saying, Bill Nye the Science Guy take a leg kick for you.
Yeah, literally. He said, I got a leg kick here. It's your idea.
I'm like, all right, whatever, it's whatever. Yeah. I bought the boxing glove if somebody want to take a body shot or something.
How do you think, like,
my roommate Luke is on his way? He stays down to take a leg kick. By the way,
how do you think a regular human, like a non-versed human, somebody not in the fighting realm, would handle a leg kick like that? Like one of us.
They wouldn't. I mean, they wouldn't, bro. Like the thing is like getting hit with a bat. That's all it is. It's like getting hit with a literal bat. Especially if you don't know how to like take a leg kick and you just standing there and your legs just comfortable.
Yeah.
No, God, please, no.
You don't want that in your life, bro.
Hell no.
That's like when Islam fought Volk just recently.
Yeah.
And I heard that first body shot because he says like a bat. Sometimes you hear the swing like
smack
and smack. Yeah. I was like, oh shit, like
that's
Islam.
And one thing you'll notice, I mean, you're a fan of the sport, but if you pay attention, some guys, they just throw leg kicks to the dominant arm of the other fighter.
Yeah.
To try to just hit them in the elbow. And it slows down them throwing that hand to hurt them with that arm, and that arm gets tired. It's just like in boxing when they punch them in the shoulder, punch them in the shoulder over rounds. But think about like kicking somebody in the elbow, and they're not, if they just catching it on their arm, well, that factors into them throwing strikes.
Yeah.
So it takes off what they're going to do when they start striking.
Oh, man. Any advice for Lucas before he takes his kick? Like how should he break or punch, whichever?
Just make sure you use the bathroom beforehand.
Yeah. Oh man!
We talked about Tom Aspinall. By the way, this guy, like you said, he got the swag. I feel like he was projected for stardom, but getting that heavyweight division, man, at some point you got to face these killers. I kind of want Sergey to win because I want to see John fight Sergey. Tom's good, but like Sergey's got that off button. He's got what Joe Rogan called the nuclear switch.
Yeah,
he different, bro.
Yeah, he's
different.
Scary,
like,
bro.
and they're both very large humans.
Yes.
Like Aspinall is 6'5", he's one of the tallest guys for the weight class, but he's also like athletic.
Yeah.
255-ish, I think, so like he a big boy,
Yeah.
And so that's like Warner for the 49ers coming at you right
That's
there.
his favorite player.
That's my favorite
You know what I'm
player.
saying? Like that's an athlete coming at you right there.
Yeah.
So it's different than what we've seen in the past with the heavyweights. So it's exciting.
Yeah.
Him and Cyril Gahn, exciting. You know?
Yeah.
And Pavlovich is even a new age. Like he's a little athletic for a big boy to be able to hit how he hits.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch him throw his hands, he's real comfortable. Boom, 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 boom. So the sport of MMA overall, it's coming out of its infancy. It's coming into this age where you got younger kids coming in and they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Whereas when we started watching, well, not when I started watching, but when MMA became a thing, when Silva was champion, right before he got into the UFC, those guys were slow. They had traditional martial arts.
Like
they
one-trick ponies.
Like niche. They had a niche,
Yeah.
like martial art. And now these kids come in and they do everything. And everybody does, And
Yeah.
you see guys like in their age 38 coming into their own later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just resources and being able to do more within the sport. So I just think the sport overall is just going to keep climbing and keep getting even more exciting to watch.
Yeah.
I just hope that they don't tear it up by trying to make everyone perfect.
Yeah.
They're cutting a lot of guys after a couple fights.
Yeah.
When you think about guys like Charles Oliveira, he didn't win all his early fights, he had time to grow within the organization. They're not giving guys time to grow nowadays. They're like, you lose 2 fights, you out. And this guy's with a lot of potential.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
It's some great fights, and they have great fights, tough fights, and you're seeing guys getting cut. So like, you got to come in here, you got to know who you are, and you got to perform, or see ya.
Yeah.
Shit, get off the pot.
Yeah. And that's, speaking of these savages in UFC and definitely in these higher weight classes, you look at the main event of this fight. This is two of the biggest savages in the sport. You got Yuri and you got Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira, we know, Potan, the hands of stone, the guy who puts people lights out. And Yuri is just this ridiculous savage training in the snow and everything like that.
Yeah, he different.
How do you see this fight go? Because I don't see this one going 5 either. Like, these guys are gonna
it
be
could
going
go
for heads.
5. It could go 5. It just all depends. This fight depends on Yuri, honestly, in my opinion, you know what you're gonna get out of Alex, and he's gonna sprinkle in a little bit more of what he's been learning every fight, and I think he becomes more of a complete MMA fighter every fight we see him. Training with Glover Teixeira is gonna. He's not the most technical, he's not the most athletic, but this motherfucker wild, right? And so like you just don't know what you're gonna get, and so he's one of those guys like. But he is technical in a way, right? You got to respect everything that's coming out. And Poatan has the experience on his side.
Yeah.
World champion,
Hands
glory
of stone.
kickboxer, Hall of Famer, technical, understand it. But he's not going to change too much up on the feet. If Yuri play around too much, you're going to get caught.
Yeah.
But if Yuri stays unorthodox, continues able to move, he can catch him. I think it ends in one or two ways. And you can tell me what you think. I think Yuri either catches him early with some weird unorthodox shot, or it goes 5 rounds, and as the rounds go on, Poatan starts wearing him down, and he gets caught eventually.
I think
just the way Izzy did.
Yeah.
I think Yuri comes in unorthodox, but Alex is like he's different.
I think he's gonna feel one of those if he comes in unorthodox.
Yeah, I think
It
Alex might sneak him.
favors Yuri early because of the
craziness.
He does hit hard, and he is precise in his samurai shit, right? You know, he is precise, you know, and he'll be there. And Pereira will be there to get hit. He don't move his head much. You know what you're getting. You're getting that statue, you know, but you got to break that statue down. So,
That's
or
a
you
good
got to
point,
catch
too.
it in a way where you crumble that motherfucker, right? So we going to see.
That's a good point, too. I feel like even when I was watching like him and Izzy, he's a little bit like a counter striker like Izzy is, too. Because all like the experience they got in striking, so he's kind of like. But Yuri, he's not gonna give him those, like you said, those orthodox, like those strikes you used to seeing. So actually, I am kind of more intrigued now. Beforehand, I thought just Yuri's gonna go in there crazy and just because he also fights with like hands is down because he's just swinging from hell.
And that can, as he gets tired, he's more susceptible to getting hit. That's why I said as the fights go on, it sways similar to how the Izzy fight. And nobody listened to me. I said early on, Izzy can knock him out. But as the fight goes on, Izzy's going to lose that fight. Every time. Every time, because Pereira carries power all the way through. All the way through. And so the longer the fight goes and you get tired, Pereira's going to hit you with something and you're going to feel it, right? As opposed to the other way around. So I'm excited for it, though, man. It's 2 good fights, man. And it sucks, man. I wanted to see John Jones. Well, hopefully, you know, he fights again sometime next year. Hopefully, I'm still a part of the organization, and hopefully I can be on that card because I always wanted to fight on the card with John Jones.
Hell yeah. That's my goal.
And I think his next fight might be his retirement fight.
I think so, too. I think so, too. I honestly, I hope it's, no disrespect to Stipe, I hope it's one of these guys. It just feels more exciting for me, at least.
No, Stipe is going to get that money in that last fight and be out. You know, if he does fight again, we'll see, but I think Stipe's on the same timeline as John is. You know, John may fight too. John may fight 2 more, but I don't see it because then he's gonna have to get one of these guys. He might come in and make a statement just because, or
you got one.
He's gonna have to because after this, it's gonna be an interim champ, and he's gonna have to fight one of them.
Well, I'm wondering too, like,
or he's just gonna get the money fight in the main event with Stipe, and that be it.
I'm wondering like how his contract's constructed, just because him witnessing what happened with Francis. Dipping out and making more money in that single fight against Tyson Fury than he did his entire like UFC career.
Almost winning
allegedly.
that damn fight. Should have
won that fight. I thought. What'd you think about that one? What'd you make of that fight? The boxing.
I still haven't watched the whole fight.
Francis won.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
From what I've been told from boxers, is that Francis won the fight.
Yeah, I think he won the fight too.
When I say boxers, I'm like the GOAT.
Clarissa
and
Shields.
When I say like boxers, I mean like people that actually box. They feel like
it is hard for them to come out and admit that too.
They feel like he won the fight. He fought really well. He surprised everybody.
Dude, it was crazy.
You know, I didn't think that fight was going. I didn't think he was going to win much of that fight. To be honest with you, because I felt like if Tyson just sticks to a jab, he wins the fight. You know. I didn't see how he's gonna get in, but Tyson got tired. I didn't expect him to get tired.
Bro, he was getting. It was crazy because like watching Francis in MMA, he was just like swinging for the fences. It felt like he was technical and sound.
The bigger question is the next fight when they fight again, because it's probably gonna happen again. Who you think gonna be the favorite?
So, Markel.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm
How them
Markel.
better odds finna look?
Facts.
Somebody finna come up big on Tyson because they not gonna give it to the MMA guy if it go to decision.
Yeah.
Once again,
Yeah.
and it's probably gonna be more swayed towards Tyson the second time.
Well, he's a beast in rematch. You see the fight against him with Deontay Wilder. He just walked him down.
Yeah, and he always does well in rematches. So if he is the underdog, somebody gonna make some money.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. And I'm close with Markel, who manages Francis. He's like one of my mentors. And like, there might be Anthony Joshua. So Francis might just stay getting paid boxing these boxers.
I'm pretty sure that one will happen before Tyson.
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder's talking about coming over to MMA. That fight might happen, but I think that's the last person he should see. Because Deontay,
I don't know if it's surviving it.
you talk about nuclear power and hitting you from retarded angles and knocking you out.
Yeah.
You know, that's Deontay.
Hell yeah.
All day. We call it cousin strength.
Yeah.
Let's. I gotta tell you guys about favorite pack company. When we get back, Charles is actually a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Hey.
I'll talk a little bit of that smoke. We also
Man, I should have brought my cap in today.
I was glad you couldn't make it out. I was like, man, hopefully you guys.
I brought the D in, Dream Chasers. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out. Let me tell you about Fairway Pack Company, guys, because for over 60 years, Michigan's finest hotels, restaurants, and casinos have been getting their meat from Fairway Packing Company. You should too. Visit fairwaypacking.com or visit them at the store in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab-and-go steaks. That's fairwaypacking.com.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
How would you like to win a 100K Vegas getaway? Take your closest friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps? It's the Syntron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win the 100K Vegas getaway at drinksyntron.com/Vegas and buy Syntron at your local Meijer store. Syntron, the healthier energy drink with great taste and choice of people that desire to look good, feel great, and be the best versions of themselves. drinksyntron.com/Vegas.
By choice people, Nick. No, I'm not. Smash that like button, 5-star review on podcast platform.
He put on his voice. How would you like to win 100K Vegas giveaway?
It sounds better when
How
you
would you
stutter
like
if
to
you're-
be on the No Run?
It sounds better when you stutter if you're enthusiastic about it. Let's go.
That's fair. That's fair.
What you got on, a hot dog suit, bro?
Yeah, I got the hot dog suit on today. I got to pay my dues for picking all the wrong games.
Yeah, he lost the
couple weeks
NFL
back,
pick. Easy
so.
did too. He didn't wear it this week.
Oh,
Yeah.
bad.
No,
Yeah.
you didn't remind me.
I shouldn't have to remind you. You lost,
But you're also aware of it to say something. I
Yeah.
say something to you and you forget.
and I don't. You don't have to because I wear it. I pay my
No,
dues.
I do. I'm like, oh yeah, hot dog suit.
I pay my dues
Yeah, because when I remind you to.
because I'm always here first, and I'm already in that bitch when you get here.
No, that's cap.
that is facts.
That is cap.
You ducked it
That
all
is
week.
cap.
You ducked it all
That's
week.
absolute cap. By the way, welcome back. 5-star review. Hit that like button if you guys haven't already. We are going to talk some football. Now, I know you guys here, you guys love football on this network. We're going to talk some football because Charles is a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles, who currently hold the number 1 seed in the NFC. I think my lines are coming for that thing, though. Our schedule is so cake. It's a Michigan football schedule. It's easy.
Eagles
What
got
was
a
the first
tough
thing you said?
Our schedule's cake.
What was the first thing you said?
You guys were.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's all that matter. Yeah.
I'm just saying. Look, you guys got a tough.
We can talk about what it is, what it was, what it might be, but what is it?
You got Chiefs, Bills, Niners, Cowboys. Your next 4, man. That's tough.
mean, look who did we just have?
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Who did we just have?
Look,
who did we just have?
The Dolphins.
Who we just had before that?
I know you're gonna say all
the
wins.
Jets.
All who we had before that. All them games are supposed to be hard.
Yeah.
The Jets beat you.
Yeah, we beat us. You know.
Yeah.
We was in the red zone like 4 times that game.
Let's do this then, because I know you're gonna say wins every game. I say.
Okay.
Let's do confidence level in these next games
All right.
for the Eagles. All right. Give me 1 through 10 confidence level. Eagles at Chiefs Monday night, by the way.
This Monday night.
Yeah, the 20th.
It's next
next
week.
fight.
They're on bye week.
We get a bye week. Yeah. We winning that one.
You win that one? Confidence level.
We coming off a bye week.
1 through 10.
1 through 10.
Yeah. Where's your confidence at with it?
On that one.
Yeah.
8.7.
8.7. All right. Next game at home against the Bills. Confidence level.
Loss.
Oh damn. Okay.
It's tough. It's back to back. And it's
big games.
We coming off a bye week, but we can't win every game. I think the Bills, they win games they're not supposed to win. We can win it, but I think it's gonna be a very close contested game.
All right. Then again, you got the 49ers. This one's at home though.
It all depends if they healthy. If they not healthy, we win in that one.
Okay. And then Cowboys again. This time you guys are in Dallas. It's a primetime game.
In Jerry's world.
That's your rival. I know you're gonna say that's a.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough game too, though.
See.
But this last game shouldn't have been as close as it was, so I think we're gonna beat them probably by 2 scores that game.
And then the Seahawks, which I obviously think you guys are better, but Seahawks still good.
They were sleeper at the beginning of the year. They looked like they were gonna do something. Now they kind of like So we'll see, but we should win that game as well.
So I'm just saying, my Lions, they got cupcakes on the schedule. None of these
Lions,
teams.
49ers, all them teams got easier schedules. We got the toughest schedule in the league this year, but we still 8-1. So
Lions say
this is the toughest schedule of 7 games of any team in the whole league. Like if you look at our back to back. The Jets probably got the number 1 defense in the league right now.
Yeah.
Jets and Browns.
Yep.
Who would have guessed that, right? So we'll see.
And then
you got Giants, Cardinals, Giants to end the season. That's 3.
Yeah,
three pretty easy
all them
games.
just gonna be confidence boosters for the playoffs.
For sure.
So,
how do you feel about the tush push? A lot of the brotherly shove. That
the
people
pushing
call.
of the tushing.
Yeah,
right.
People say they want to ban it from the league. Stop
For
it.
me, every year they come up with something new to ban. It'll probably be banned next year. Maybe some type of rule to negate it. Like in this offseason, they tried to negate something for RPO stuff.
Yeah.
Because last year we were being so successful with that, and so were many other teams, which was you can't hand off the ball in front of you or something like that before the season. So you just gotta. It's always little rules changes, and they're gonna adapt. They'll figure it out. At the end of the day, it's no other league quarterback benching, squatting 600 pounds. So like,
facts.
Who gonna push that man off the ball when he get going in front of him? And he got Jason Kelce, the best center in the league, paving the way in front of him. So that's more of the thing. It's more of him and Jason Kelce being on the same page and him finding a hole than it is anything, because at the end of the day, they getting 2.5 yards. Before somebody touch him, he's still getting the yard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
man squats like 600 pounds. Like, he's gonna be able to do it.
Right, that's elite. You know, like he's squatting more than the lineman.
Hell yeah.
So
he's a beast.
It is what it is. As long as he's healthy, that's the city gonna run through him. And it's great seeing a young black quarterback, but also a leader. Like
yes.
Somebody like in the past that was our issue. In the past that was our issue. We had talent, but they weren't no leaders, or they weren't vocal enough.
Yeah.
Where they didn't get looked at as leaders like Carson Wentz, right? But we'll see. We'll see. He's on a great trajectory. I like how he handles everything. Like he's growing into my favorite player in the league.
You're a Michigan resident now. How long? Because actually, how did you become a Philly fan? Because you're from St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
How did you become a Philly fan?
Yeah. So I grew up around the greatest show on turf, but I was never a Rams fan. I never liked how they played. They would dive every time they caught the ball and go down, and I just never liked. I was a fan of defense.
Me too.
And so Brian Dawkins, Jeremiah Trotter, Javon Curse for a period of time. Like we had dogs all the time coming off Trent Cole. Like we just had Bobby Taylor in the secondary. We just had like dogs always coming out of there. And I grew up on Madden with my pops. So the first team I fell in love with was the Eagles on there, because they had Don McNabb, and then you had Brian Westbrook, Before that, you had Brian Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just always been an Eagles fan, bro. Like, Deuce Staley, like, Corey Buckhalter. Like, I've just always been a fan of.
How long? How long till we can make you a Lions fan though? Now you're staying here in Michigan.
I like y'all. I like y'all. I like y'all attitude. I like where y'all headed. But for the reason why I think I'm so much an Eagles fan, because from the top down, like the organization as a whole, I fell in love with it. Like, because just giving, I felt like minority black quarterbacks an opportunity. They always went against the grain. You know, they always gave somebody an opportunity and allowed them to come back. Vince Young, Jeff Garcia, Michael Vick. Michael Vick is the most prominent, but they did it with many other players, you know. And so for me, I always paid attention to that. Even when Curse was having trouble, they brought him on. You look at it as it might be an opportunity for the organization to capitalize on money and this great talent, but it's also they have a system. They help them, and they put them in there, and people thrive in Philly, and they change their careers. And that comes from great leaders, I feel like, in the front office all the way down. So that's why I'm a fan of the Eagles in a nutshell.
But the Fords made the first car, bro. I mean, well, you wouldn't be able to get here without the Ford family,
bro. The only people who know the Detroit Lions is like Barry Sanders. The only people talking about
Calvin Johnson.
And Megatron and Stafford. I like Stafford a lot. So I like Stafford when he was with the Lions. I was a fan of the Lions when Calvin Johnson was there. Y'all had some good teams, but y'all just, for me, it always falls apart somewhere within like just discipline.
You're
somewhere within discipline. Y'all always talented. But it's just like discipline. Where does discipline come from? Leadership. So I think y'all got the right man in charge right now, though. I like what y'all doing.
And then we got a guy, Lucas, in here. He's got back from Planet Fitness. What do you want to do? What are you more comfortable with? You want to give him a kick? You want to give him a punch? Because we're probably going to break here. I'll clear all the chair and stuff out the way.
I mean,
he's the one in the hoodie that just walked past.
Oh, okay. It's up to him, bro. Like, it is what it is.
We'll let him pick?
Give him a little body shot. He'll be all right.
Okay. All right. Stay tuned, guys. Lucas will be taking a body shot. That's the first time I've ever been like on the floor for a body shot. I'm nervous for him now.
Well, you're going to see it coming back. Our guy Charles Energy Johnson is going to put Lucas down. But first, let me tell you guys about Hamlin Pub. Have you ever wanted a bar where you're a regular? We have just the place for you. Head to one of Hamlin Pub's 7 locations and experience where everyone's a regular. They got half-off pizza on Tuesdays. They got food and drink specials for every NFL and all Michigan sports games. So make sure you guys come check it out. Experience your new favorite pub for all things sports. It's Hamlin Pub, where everyone's a regular.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. Come hang with the Woodward Sports crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays to join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions!
With money on the line, featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
By Woodward Sports and Long Drink. They're going to have drinks, they're going to have food, entertainment, anything you need before every single home game in Eastern Market at Shed 5. Make sure you guys come check it out. Get your tickets at bullseyeeventgroup.com, or you can go to Woodward Sports and DM us Lions VIP to earn your own. All right, what up though, everybody? We're back. It's about to go down. We got this setup going right now. Lucas doesn't really know what he set up. How's the camera look, Gentry?
Wait, yeah, I need to.
Oh yeah, Lucas, back up a little bit. Go closer to the window. Yeah.
Yeah, go closer that way.
I'll go closer.
Yeah. Or what number is this cam or the couch cam spending?
I don't know. You can't adjust that one from there though. All right, yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, make sure he doesn't fall into the doors. All right. Here we go. Lucas Klotz about to take this body shot from UFC fighter Charles Energy Johnson. Fight November 18th. He's so... Booner, watch out, watch out. His camera's right there. All right. Let it fire. Let it rip whenever. Lucas... You're the man for this. You're the man for this. He said that was solid. He's good. He's alive. He said cut.
Hey Charles, your shot YouTube channel and stuff like that.
Oh man.
I'm out there, Charles, because Charles also got a YouTube channel. Obviously, he's on Instagram and everything like that too. So I'm gonna have to shout that out.
What's up, boys?
Cameras are.
Where we at?
Look at that camera right there.
All right. Charles Energy Johnson. Y'all can follow me on Energy TV on YouTube, Energy MMA on Instagram. Appreciate the love, support, always, boys. It's always fun.
Appreciate you, bro. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
You alright?
I told him I'd do it.
You alright? You good?
Swearing off.
That's just a different sound.
Man.
That's just a
Yeah,
different
you heard
sound.
that.
Oh
You
my
heard
God.
that for sure. Oh man, and yeah, he definitely held back. He's not trying to kill the kid, man.
Shout to Charles,
Shout out
Brittany,
to
and Gia for
Charles
coming through. November 18th, make sure you guys catch his fight.
He's about to catch the dub. Oh man, he's all right. Yeah. Oh man, that was legendary.
Oh man.
Everybody's saying that sounded nice. They're saying he held back. Yeah, he held back.
He definitely held
don't want to
back.
hurt the kid, man. Oh, dude, that's good stuff.
Feel like the same body shot Michigan program took.
Yeah.
Earlier today.
That might be the same body shot. Lucas is okay. He's all right. He took it like a champ. He's about to go cry in the back right now, but he's feeling good. He's
feeling fine. Good. He will cry in the car though.
Yeah, he's gonna cry in the car. Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. You set me up for the leg kick too, without even asking me. I woke up to a Twitter
Instagram post.
Yeah, he sent the Instagram post chopping the tree down. Bro, it's crazy, man. That's crazy. That was a lot of fun though. Shout out to Charles Energy. Make sure you guys check it out. The 18th, shit's about to go down. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, get the camera for Charles.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's let's go to break early. We come back. You want to do the top 10 quarterback list?
Yeah, we can do that for sure. First, let me tell you guys about Planet Fitness real fast. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone, where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work out on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll get a squeaky clean gym, has tons of equipment, a full body workout in 30 minutes. All memberships include fitness training. Only $10 a month. There's 50 gyms in Metro Detroit and thousands throughout the world. Make sure you check out Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's Chocolate Peanut Butter Thunder Cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
When it comes to your pet, don't settle. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supplies, hands down, Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations. Over 60 brands of food. Lowest prices and curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best at www.premierpetsupply.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to the World Heavyweights Live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spin Mo Rax.
What up, though?
No Young Chris. We got BMG in the building. Shout out to him for filling in last minute. Shout out to Charles Johnson, Energy coming through as a guest. And we also have Nick, a.k.a. Detroit Mario, in the hot dog suit on the 1s and 2s. Let's get this thing rolling, guys. I know we had the Michigan stuff. We talked about it. Matter of fact, I think I told Noah to clip that for our YouTube stuff today because I think we're only showing speak on it so far as it broke. But we've been, another guest we had this week was Derek Klassen, who had a quarterback list. It was controversial.
A little controversial.
I'll be courteous to him, and I'll say controversial. So that inspired us to make our own quarterback list. And Spinny, let's start with yours.
Throw mine up there first. Gentry, you got mine in there? Throw mine up there right now. At number 1, I don't know why you use that picture.
I typed in Spinny on my computer, and that's just what popped up.
That's fair.
That's what we went with.
At number 1, we got Patrick Mahomes. He's the best until proven otherwise, man. He's the GOAT. He's out there doing work. At number 2, I got Tua Tagovailoa. He leads the league in yards and touchdowns. He's looked great. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, they got that thing humming. Number 3, I got Josh Allen. He has been making plays all year. We know what he does. We know what he can do. He is an elite athlete. He's got an elite arm. He can go out there and make plays. At number 4, I got Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, he's having like a lesser year than he did last year, but he is still playing great. The team is 8-1. A.J. Brown and him, their connection looks unstoppable. Extremely impressive. At number 5, I got C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud is that dude, man. He is that dude. He looks great already. He is already the best quarterback from Ohio State in the NFL, period. Already. At number 6, I got Lamar Jackson. He is having an MVP caliber season, going out there making things happen, and he is leading the best team, I believe, in the NFL. It's awesome to watch them go out there and play. They're playing a lot, playing very well. He still doesn't have a great bevy of receivers, but he's making sure things get done. At number 7, I have Justin Herbert. You look at his numbers, you look at his stats, he's right up there with the best in the league. He's got one of the best arms in the league. He leads the offense. He's down Josh Palmer. He's down Michael Williams, and they're still going out there and making plays. Number 8, I got Jared Goff. Jared Goff, he's been extremely impressive so far this year. He leads the offense. He makes things happen. He goes out there. He's leading this team. They're 6-2. Hopefully, you're going to be 7-2 after this weekend. Number 9, I got Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, he's got a lot of interceptions, but he's still playing very well. He's still out there performing, making things happen every week. I wouldn't put him at 6 or 5 or wherever he was on that list, but he's in my top 10. And then at number 10, I have Trevor Lawrence, who has been kind of disappointing so far this year from what I expected, from what I thought he was going to be. But he's still going out there making things happen and being the long-haired wonder. The numbers just numbers just aren't really there yet. My honorable mention is Joe Burrow. I honestly forgot him. Honestly, totally forgot about Joe Burrow.
The disrespect.
He's going to be in there. He obviously, he stopped. Got his mobility back. Has been playing much better than he did at the beginning of the season the past couple weeks. So he's going to shoot up that list. But I'm sorry, Joey B. Forgot about you, brother.
That's absolutely disrespectful. I can't believe you. Dak Prescott over Joe Burrow
happens.
I know. I had to give you shit. You gave me shit when I forgot the Bills that
That's
one
fair.
time.
That is fair.
Mike G, BMG. Any comments, rebuttals on Spinny's list there? Give it a grade. How about that?
Let me put it back up. No, I think it's pretty straightforward. Obviously, you're leaving out Joe Burrow. Maybe you notch him in between 7 to 9 somewhere. But other than that, I think it's pretty straightforward. I like it.
That's fair.
Stroud
give
at
it.
5
Nick,
is
you want to grade it?
Yeah, Stroud at 5 is very high praise for your boy Stroud. You've been on him since you called Houston to make a big leap this year early. So you're sticking with that one. But yeah, I'd probably throw Burrow right above Josh Allen. Or actually, I'd put Burrow 2.
Burrow at 2?
I truly
this year?
think,
No, you can't because of the slow start.
He's on an absolute tear right now. I would not want to play the Bengals. Probably be the
You look at CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud's got 14 touchdowns and 1 interception.
I'm saying right now the way he's playing this second, that's how I would do it.
CJ Stroud's had a 5-touchdown game.
He's had 470 yards and 5 touchdowns.
I would not want to play the Bengals. I would put Burrow at 2 behind Mahomes.
That's the Bengals team, but all right, that's fair. It's your prerogative. What about Goff? You think you got Goff right?
Yeah, I'd say that's a good spot.
That's fair. All right. Here is my list, mates. I didn't forget Joe Burrow. There's a picture of me in my bathroom.
What?
What's up with these pigs?
I got Patrick Mahomes number 1. I kind of was like mulling over this one, but then I checked. I'm pretty sure he's got like 17 touchdowns or something like that in the year. He's sneakily having a good year. It's just not the absurd numbers we're used to seeing with Patrick Mahomes. That's how good that guy is. He can have an off year, and it's still like top 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has the 2nd or 3rd most touchdowns in the league. He's still number 1 in my book. Josh Allen. I get that the Bills have been playing like the best ball, but there's no denying when you go and look at the numbers. This guy's been balling on top of just having like no run game behind that. Josh Allen's been playing phenomenal. I think he deserves some credit. I know that the record doesn't show it, reflect it, but hold on real quick. Let me pull this up on my computer so I have it to go off of. Or you can put it back up. I appreciate you, Mike. Yeah. Jalen Hurts, another guy who's having, I guess, not the same type of year he had last year, but still quietly a great year. I believe he's got like the most touchdowns total when you factor in like the rushing touchdowns on top of the passing touchdowns. He had that one ugly game against the Jets. I can't fault him for that though, because the Jets have a phenomenal defense. I'm not gonna like shit on him for it. Between the rushing touchdowns and passing touchdowns, he's at 22 total. I think he has like 7 picks in the year. It happens when you play like the amount of risky ball they play, and plus. We mentioned it, like the back half of the schedule is tough. Their entire schedule on the season's been tough. And the Eagles are currently sitting with just 1 loss, too. Following that, at number 4, I have Tua Tagovailoa. You guys, I think a lot of people know how I feel about Tua. It's similar to the way I feel about Goff. Is like the skill set isn't there, and I feel like a lot of it's based upon. I feel like it's based upon. I guess I'm more of a system guy, and obviously we have Tyreek Hill. He's bound to make anybody look great. And Tua was never playing like this. He was a questionable guy all until he got like one of the greatest offensive minds in the game right now in Tyreek Hill. Now we're starting to have these top 5 conversations. But no matter what, regardless, he's performing in that system. So he's number 4 on my list. Number 5, I got Stroud number 5 too. As a rookie to come in doing what he's doing at this level, it's been kind of crazy because you also got to factor in this is a team that had the 2nd overall pick in the draft this year.
Yeah,
that's just because they were bad. And this guy just jumped in and he's outperforming nearly everyone. I mean, Tua's balling right now. 14 touchdowns, only one interception is just crazy. And it's not like they're like blowing people out where like he's kind of conserved or like the way you see like a Brock Purdy last year or a little bit of Lamar Jackson this year. They're not throwing the ball a ton because they're up. These guys are down every game. They're in there, and he's a big part of it. Moving on from him, though, I'm going to jump to Lamar Jackson, who I think could be this year's MVP. The number, obviously, only 3 interceptions in the year, but like I said previously, he's not throwing the ball a ton. I think he's the most efficient quarterback in the year. I think he's throwing like 78% or something like that, which is insane. I think he has like 3 or 4 touchdowns on the ground and then 9 through the air, only 3 picks. Lamar Jackson also just frees his defense because he has that ability to run. He almost got like a bonus point just because of that. Following Lamar, I got Justin Herbert. And behind him, I mean, Justin Herbert, I get the narrative behind him because the record's not great, but I got to give it to him. Right now in the season, he has a better year than both Jared Goff and Joe Burrow, who are following him in that list. Joe Burrow creeping up there. Number 2, I think, is based on the season a little wild, but I mean, maybe he returns to form as the season plays out. Obviously, he's playing a lot better than he was in the beginning of the year. Seems like that calf's a little bit healthier than before. Following him, I have Jared Goff at number 9. And I don't mean this as a slight, it's not disrespectful, but everybody ahead of him has had a better season. Outside, if you want to bring up some of the stuff with Lamar, the passing numbers aren't the same as Goff, but this is not Lamar's game. I respect him at the quarterback position because he brings more than just throwing the football. And the same thing with Tua, too. A little bit system, but he's still playing phenomenally. It's just everybody ahead of him is playing phenomenally, too. I mean, the quarterbacks are on fire this year. And number 10, I had Trevor Lawrence. On the year, the numbers aren't great. You look at the touchdown-interception ratio, I think it's like 9 touchdowns. And I don't remember how many picks he has off the top of my head, but he's also like getting it on the ground, too. Even with a banged-up knee he had a couple weeks ago. He's a tough kid. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm a little bit of a Trevor Lawrence stan, if you will. I love Trevor Lawrence. I think he's going to be a great quarterback, or can be a great quarterback. Matter of fact, their game they have this weekend I'm looking forward to, too. But BMG, Nick, Spinny, grades, disagreements, how you feeling about that one?
I like it. I like it for sure. Yeah, there's not much I can argue with about.
I would just say swap Tua and Lamar.
Tua and Lamar?
Yeah.
That's so funny. That's literally how I had it to like when I first did my list. But I was like looking at Tua's numbers, and it's like I can't really deny like the 19
he's lost to every good team he's played, though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because he leads the league in touchdowns and yards. I'm like, can't really just completely shit on him. But
yeah,
Nick,
for sure. I like Tua, too. It wasn't shitting on him by any means, but Lamar's just been outstanding, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll give it a B for Burrow. Just kind of like what I said with Spenny. I would have Burrow a little higher there, but that's about it for me. I think Goff's in a good spot.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel the same way. The way my man Derek was on the show yesterday speaking on Jared Goff as like a whole. But there's no way he's 14th best in the league.
Yeah, he's not 14th.
And Dak Prescott, and I'm not disrespecting you here with this one because I know you kind of just forgot Burrow, but Dak Prescott is just not in the top 10 this year at all. Like, he had a couple good games against bad teams beforehand. It's just that defense has been carrying that team. That you maybe say that to benefit him to like raise the stats a little bit because he's had like short yards situations, but Dak has not been.
I mean, he's got more yards, more touchdowns, and only one more interception than Trevor Lawrence.
And Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah.
More yards, more touchdowns, and one more interception?
And only one more interception.
Yeah.
He's got
how many more touchdowns? 12.
4.
4 more touchdowns?
4 more touchdowns.
Yeah. And I think, honestly, Trevor Lawrence had a tougher schedule, too, if I'm not mistaken. Some of the Cowboys. I know they played the Eagles, but Trevor Lawrence, you got to think back. As much you look at the Steelers as, like, not a great team, that defense is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. That's probably the reason they have that. That's a big reason they have that winning record. And on top of that, too, they had the Bills that they beat over in London.
Kirk Cousins would be in there if he wasn't dead.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins would be top.
Kirk Cousins right now is still third in the league in touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's with him missing a game.
Yeah.
Game and a half.
And he's got
really.
2,300 yards, 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Like, he'd be top 5 if he wasn't dead.
I think
Kirk Cousins is killing it, man.
I think if Dak plays like how he did these past 2 games for like a consistent stretch, he'll be good. But other than these past 2 games, he's been kind of mid. But I still think he's, he had a good game against the Eagles. I definitely wouldn't say they lost because of him. And then I want to say the game before that, he threw 4 touchdowns or something too. So It's just more about being consistent with Dak and then we move in there.
Andrew Jones comments, he says, how hard was it for Eazy to put Goff in his top 10? Not hard at all. He's playing top 10. He's also number 9. So it's like, he's barely in that motherfucker.
No, he's having a good season for sure. He's having a top 10 season so far this year. So,
at least these lists are better than Derek's. You got another one. Dak is not good at all. But props to him for getting in the combo with all these very top QB draft picks. C.J. Stroud is probably the most impressive for me this year.
Yeah, C.J. Stroud has been the most impressive by far. Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised. I thought we'd get a little more hate for where Jared Goff is at, but again, I think it's kind of hard to argue the guys ahead of him, especially even calculate the numbers in there too. Mm-hmm. You know, and the wins like more of a team stat too. I'm not a big quarterback win guy. I think obviously it's like the most important position. It can drastically like affect whether you're winning these games or not. But just because the Lions are 6-2 against a lot of scrub teams, if we're being honest, I can't like allow that to just elevate him like that. But we also have Russell Brown join the show at some point. I have to grab my headphones. You care if we go to break a little bit early on this one?
No, that's fine.
All right, cool. I'm going to grab my headphones. We'll get Russell Brown on the phone. Spinny, can you tell us about Guardian Alarm?
Guardian Alarm will offer you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians will take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and no Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And, of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800-STAY-OUT, and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. How would you like to win not one, but two vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Come hang with the Woodward Sports crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Dispo Dispensary is the best in the state. They're your local cannabis plug because 12 locations across the great state of Michigan. Their location in Romeo is the first cannabis mall in the state of Michigan. They're open till midnight. Make sure you guys stop there and check them out at disposhops.com if you can't, because they do have Dispo Dash and they'll deliver it to you. That's Dispo, your local cannabis plug.
Check it out.
What up, though? Welcome back to the World Heavyweights Live at WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined my guy Spinmo Rex.
What up, though?
You know, Chris is gone. We got BMG filling in. Shout out to him. We also got Nicholas Koloff coming off the bench in the 1s and 2s. Shout out to him. He's in the hot dog suit. We got the pick'ems coming up, too. But we have another special guest for you guys. A football savant, if you will. We call him a nerd, but we're cool with him like that. We're allowed to. It's my guy, Russell Brown. What up, man?
What's going on, fellas? How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's good to hear from you, Russ. All right, so I want to ask this question. I know a lot of Lions fans have been talking about him. He got his first game action against the Baltimore Ravens. Against the Raiders, I'm sorry. Lions draft pick, Broderick Martin. Finally got on the field, finally got to do things. I know you're a film nerd. I know you study all this stuff. What did you see out of him, and what can Lions fans expect from him the rest of the year?
Well, I think one of the big things just watching him was he got kind of misplaced at times. He would get taken off his spot a little bit. A lot of that is just simply because of the combo blocks that he's facing. I mean, he is a bigger guy, 330 pounds or so. But when you got 300-plus pound linemen coming at you, you're going to get double teamed, you're going to get comboed. And he kind of got moved off his landmark a little bit. But overall, I think he plugged gaps pretty well. And I think the big thing is just becoming a little bit more consistent with that feel. I would like to see him drop his shoulders a little bit faster, a little bit more consistent. Pad level is probably the biggest concern at this point, just early on. But overall, I think there's a lot of potential here. And I think, with Detroit, we know that they're going to have a rotation up front, and that's the key. He's going to be a part of a rotation where he could play next to Aleem McNeil and then John Kaminsky, and then it could be Josh Paschal with him and Aiden Hutchinson. It's going to be mixing and matching different people up front, but it was nice to see him on the field. We're all happy with his progress. Even Aaron Glenn had said that. So I think it's one of the key things right now is just he's going to continue to get better, and as long as that continues, I think that's a promising sign as the Lions push into the second half of the season.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of Aaron Glenn, that guy's been under scrutiny every time they lose, but when they win, they just I don't see too much D right, but a lot of people wanting to fire him. What do you make of this Detroit Lions defense? Is it like the fact they're going up against like some mediocre quarterbacks, or is there actually like something tangible there? Do you think Aaron Glenn's got something good going to Detroit with the pieces he's got?
I think so. I mean, I think one of the biggest things, and when they played against Baltimore, I mean, Baltimore's just gelling right now. I think Detroit kind of just played them at a bad time. But really, he's just got to figure out that balance with the coverage that he has. You know, he likes to mix and match between cover 1 and cover 3. So a lot of, man coverage most of the time, but he'll throw that cover 3 in there, and that's when you've got, the deep safety over the middle third of the field, and the corners have the outside third of the field. But the key with him is that he's not giving up too much space in this off-man coverage, and the alignment of the defenders aren't too far back because he's honoring, I think, the run a little bit too much. And at times, especially against Baltimore, he was struggling with some of the deep throws. He was honoring that too much, where Lamar didn't really have to beat us deep. He could just extend plays. But I would like to see him continue to blitz. I thought it was great seeing that against the Raiders. They sent, a little bit more 5- and 6-man pressures. And, per Sports Info Solutions, the Lions run, 4-man pressures, the fourth most in the NFL at 78%. But then they get to 6-man pressures, and it's only about 4%, but that's 15th most in the NFL. And their pressure rate of 39% is 6th best in the NFL. So, there's definitely something there. There's just times where, maybe it's just misaligned in their nickel package or in their dime package, whatever it is. They're just misaligned at times, and that's when they struggle against some of these more mobile quarterbacks. And I think it's just because they're honoring the legs. But overall, it's been a great turnaround from where it was last year to now. He's starting to really develop the pieces that he has, and the development's really coming along nice. So it's been great to see. I'm happy with the progress of this defense, and the fact that they have one of the better run defenses in the league playing against the Charger team that can't really run the football from really what I took away watching 3 or 4 games this week. I think the Lions are really in a great spot to pull up a win here this weekend.
And you talked about the amount of sacks that they've gotten. They've gotten, 5-6 sacks in a couple games so far this year. And they did, you said 6 against the Raiders, I believe. They didn't get any out of Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson's gone a month without a sack now. What are you seeing on film is the reason that he's not getting home? And is that something Lions fans have to be worried about? Or is it just he's getting the pressure, he's just not getting the sack in the end?
Yeah, he's getting the pressure. I think one of the biggest things with him is his pad level tends to rise as he's going through his rip move, or when he's just starting to get to the depth of the pocket. When he gets in there, the pad level's rising. And I think the big thing with that is he's so used to now facing 2 to 3 blocks at a time. I mean, he is facing multiple guys at a time in his pass rush. And if he can find ways to become, I think, a little bit faster just with his hands, he's so reliant on speed to power, and he's so reliant on trying to use his arms to hit a long arm technique and just bull rush his way into the backfield. If he can find ways to really swipe his hands faster and drop his shoulder faster, if all of that gets faster, I think it's going to make him one of the better edge rushers in football. I mean, he's already trending in that direction, but it would be on a weekly basis that everybody goes, Aiden Hutchinson, Aiden Hutchinson, Aiden Hutchinson, and we wouldn't talk about a month-long stretch of no sack or anything like that. But I think overall, he's a great football player. He's the difference maker. He's the type of player that a few years ago Detroit didn't have, right? But now offensive coordinators and other teams have to prepare for him, because if they don't, he wrecks the whole game plan. And that's what he did last year against teams like the Bears and other teams, but at the same time, he can do it weekly, and that's why he's seeing a lot of chips from running backs and tight ends to try to take him off his path. And that's, I think, what's causing a lot of the issue with the pad level rising and those types of things.
So you think it's like obviously it sounds like something he could fix, but the trade deadline recently passed. Spinning out with big proponents, it's wanting to grab somebody else along the defensive line. Early in the year, I wanted a defensive tackle specifically, but obviously we start hearing those sexy names like a Chase Young. I mean, that was one for me. It's like, oh shit, let's do that. Let's go do that for damn sure. Do you think that could help Aiden in his development, or at least give these fans some numbers? Because obviously he's there with the pressures. I like what I see on tape, but obviously I don't think he's like closing the gap to like a Max Crosby or anything like that. But I've been as harsh as everybody else. Do you think he's missing somebody else alongside him on that defensive line?
Oh, I mean, absolutely. But, I mean, this team runs deep with who they have, and they've been true to guys like Aleem McNeil, who's helped them get better, and John Kaminsky and Josh Paschal. These are guys that have helped build this thing in the direction that they're going at 6-2, potentially 7-2 after this week. Those guys cannot just get put to the back burner for a Chase Young or a Montez Sweat. And people will say, well, look at Montez Sweat. They gave up a second-round pick. Well, okay, that's going to be a high 30 pick. If the Lions are picking potentially 26, 27, 28, they're going to, maybe even 32, I don't know, let's have some fun. But if it ends up being something like that, you're going to have to give up your first-round pick. And we know Brad Holmes isn't going to do that. And then you look at Chase Young, third-round pick, there's a reason for that. There's damaged goods there. I think he's just not as healthy as what everybody thinks he is. And the production is there. But the Lions did the right move by not overspending on players like Chase Young or Montez Sweat, because you still have to pay those guys. We just saw the deal for Montez Sweat, $25 million per year. You're going to have to pay Aiden Hutchinson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff, Penei Sewell. We got to figure out what's going on with Jonah Jackson. We have guys that we have to pay. We have a lot that we have to figure out with our contract structures that we have waiting in the books. So they weren't going to trade for a player for 8 or 9 games regardless of this window that we're in, because nothing's guaranteed. And I think right now the Lions realize, hey, we're just building towards winning, one, the division, home playoff game, get a playoff win, and maybe we get into that Super Bowl hunt. And I think that's the ultimate goal, right? But like the little goals that are in front of that are, I think, more important to this team right here, right now. And that's why Brad Holmes is not going to alter the future just for that type of player like a Chase Young or something. I'm with you. I mean, would have been nice to see somebody, but that doesn't mean they didn't go shop around and try to find a deal. But I just don't think they found the deal that they were looking for. And I think in the draft, that's when we'll see, them take a look at a potential edge rusher in this year's draft.
Yeah, and what do you think about the Jameson Williams drama and what's been going on with him, how he's looked? Obviously, he's had kind of the dropsies so far this year, and Lions fans are getting restless in the streets. They add Donovan Peoples-Jones and bring him in, but Jameson Williams is still, trying to work out his role on this Lions offense. How do you see him? Do you think they need to get him the ball more, or what's going on with him in your eyes?
Yeah, I think it's one of those where he's in his own head, for starters. I don't really like the route tree that he's running all of the time. Now, sure, there's times he's open and he's dropping the football, no doubt about it. I think the biggest thing is just they haven't had the opportunity to really use him over the middle of the field on crossing routes, which we saw him do against the Raiders. He would have scored on one, but one of the other wide receivers on the team, I don't remember who it was, but they got in his way and ultimately forced him to trip up. But the crossing routes are going to start coming, I think, and start happening. The deep routes are going to start happening with him, and that's where I want to see him used. And then that will open up stuff in the short areas of the field, like those design screens. But the moment he takes that step off the line of scrimmage, defenses are honoring that, and that's key. But if they can find ways to scheme around that, and maybe that opens somebody in the middle of the field, that'd be great. But the biggest thing with JMO is just timing with Jared Goff and becoming more consistent and just having that confidence. And I think the consistency piece will come when he becomes more confident. But if he doesn't, and I'm not saying on Lions fans, chill out. I'm with you. He's a 12th overall pick. We moved up to get him. It was a big moment. We were all together watching that one. But it's one of those where it's like, hey, he needs to be the guy, and he's not necessarily there yet. But that doesn't mean he will never be that guy. I mean, we knew he kind of had a rough spot coming out. He was coming from a torn ACL, so we kind of lost that first year with him anyway. So this is really like that rookie year for him, regardless, because he wasn't on the field all that much last year because he was coming back from that knee injury. So we got to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I mean, I'm with fans. The pressure is on him. I'm growing impatient, but I definitely I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and maybe he shows out this week. Maybe it's a 4-catch day for 90 yards and a score. It'd be great.
I gotta ask. I actually completely forgot I was gonna ask. I apologize.
I got one.
You got one?
How far do you think this Lions team can go? You look at the schedule; they've got one of the easiest schedules in the NFC, in the NFL remaining. Do you think they could make a push for that number 1 seed overall in the NFC?
Absolutely. I mean, I think when you look at the Eagles, you know, a lot of what they're doing right now is going to be really reliant on the health of Jalen Hurts. If he ends up going down at any point, you know, that kind of stops their offense. And they don't have an easy schedule in the second half by any means. They got to go to Seattle. They still got to play the Cowboys, which I know they just beat them, but they got to go to Dallas. They got to play San Francisco. They play a Buffalo team that's kind of up and down. They come out of the bye week, not this week, but, you know, next week they play at Kansas City. So, like, there's going to be some rough patches for them. We can write the Giants and the Cardinals off for them at the end of the year. They should beat those teams no problem at all. But for Detroit, you know, they control their own destiny. They just got to win these football games in front of them and take it one at a time. Beating LA this week is a must. If you don't beat them, you might as well forget the number 1 seed, because I would have a hard time believing that Philly's going to lose down the second half of the season 3 games to your, you know, or 3 more games to the 3 total that the Lions may have for the rest of the year. So I think it's one of the key things that you got to win this one, because if you drop one to, let's say, New Orleans, or, you know, potentially to the Vikings or something like that, or even the Cowboys at the end of the year, you kind of you give yourself a little bit of a cushion here by winning this week. So this is a must-win for them if they're going for that number 1 seed. But even if they got the number 2 and they won the NFC North, I'm happy. That's what I want to see. The NFC North, first time since '93. Let's get it, baby.
Russ, man, I appreciate you taking time. Real quick before I get you out of here, what is your reaction to the Michigan Jim Harbaugh suspension?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not a Michigan fan by any means. I'm a state guy, so my opinion might be a little biased. I think the way the Big Ten's going about it is definitely dirty, but I definitely think Michigan's going about this whole thing dirty as well. I mean, the whole thing seems odd that this guy this Connor Stallions came onto the staff, and all of a sudden this whole thing came about, and they suddenly became this world beater of a football team. It just kind of happened overnight. And you look back at some of those Jim Harbaugh teams early on, he had some really good players. And I know we talk about draft picks on this football team. They're going to have a lot of players drafted on this football team, but I don't know if they have a single first-round draft pick outside of maybe J.J. McCarthy if he goes, and he might be a borderline first-rounder, and the same thing could be said about Blake Corum. But other than that, defensively, I don't see a first-round talent on the defensive side of the football. So, like, just seeing all that is just kind of mind-boggling. Like, when you look back at the good Alabama teams, they always had 2 or 3 first-round players, and most of the time they were defenders. So, I don't know. I just look at this, and I think the way the Big Ten handled it, you know, suspending him while he's on the plane was definitely cowardly. But for Michigan fans and for Michigan to act like they're not doing anything wrong, I'm sorry. It's against the rules what you're doing. You got a grad assistant or whatever you want to call him on the sideline of a Central Michigan and Michigan State football game. To me, that's wrong. Like, that just should not be allowed. And you got him disguised as a Central Michigan coach with a blank keyboard, or a blank clipboard. I just don't. Don't even get me going on it. It's mind-boggling. I don't know, man. It sucks seeing a guy get suspended. We'll kind of see what happens. I don't know. I'd be curious, what Michigan does moving forward.
For sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you're a coach too, or you've coached in the past at least. I was wondering, obviously you try to look for the other team's tendencies, and part of the tendencies are the signs they make or the audibles they may call, but based on protections. But once you brought him up on the sideline of CMU, I don't know if is it confirmed him or not?
It was him.
You think so?
It was him for sure.
Maybe fun.
Well, when Central comes out and they go, "Hey, we don't know who that was," I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you're just covering.
That's fair.
I mean, it's just one of those things. So, it is what it is. And I'm with you. Teams do this. Everybody does it in football, trying to figure out tendencies and signs. But when you're out paying, God knows what type of money through Venmo and PayPal to get these signs and potential playbooks, to me, it's just wrong. It shouldn't be part of the deal. And exchanging film is one thing, and exchanging it over a phone conversations is another thing. But to go to the game and send somebody there on the field, and then all of a sudden you become this world beater of a program, I'm sorry, that doesn't make you a legit team. That makes you, a cheater. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Russ, appreciate you, man. As always, enjoy your football Sunday. Enjoy your weekend. I know you're going to be diving into a lot of film. We'll definitely get you on again soon.
Thanks, fellas. Sounds good.
Russ, you got a weekly podcast with Scott now, or is just like how often you guys doing that thing?
Yeah, that's every week. We record on Wednesdays. It drops Friday or Saturday. We just talk Lions. It's going pretty well. It's a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. Where can people find that? You guys posting it on your YouTube or podcast networks? Where are you guys posting that to?
Yeah, so that's at the Detroit Lions Podcast. So that's at Detroit Lions Podcast on YouTube. You can find it on any streaming platform that you do your podcasts and all that stuff. So be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. Or you can just find us on Twitter at Russ NFL Draft or at Bischoff_Scott. Whatever you want to do. It's all good.
Awesome.
Russ, man, appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, Russ. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate it, guys.
Guys, I got to tell you about Mark White, because whether you're buying or selling real estate, Mark White is a must, like the arm of my pit. It's got flexibility, and flexibility is key in the house buying process. My bad, I'm laughing at him.
What are you doing in there?
Give him a call today at 248-290-8242 or visit markwhitesells.com. He's got the minute-by-minute listing agreement. You cancel your listing agreement for any reason with no penalty whatsoever with my guy Mark White. 248-290-8242 or visit markwhitesells.com.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line, featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brands you want at lesstanford.com.
What up and welcome back to a Friday show of the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm Eazy Spencer Rex.
What up, dog?
Shout to BMG filling in, coming off the bench for our guy Chris Pilati. He is out with herpes or something. We got Nick.
He had a severe herpes outbreak.
He had a severe flare-up. He couldn't make it in today.
Yeah.
Flare-up Fridays, they call him in his community. You guys know what I'm saying. Smash the like button for him too. But we got tons of Detroit Lions still on the docket here. I kind of watch some of these videos from.
We gotta do the pick'em.
We gonna do the pick'em?
Yeah, we gotta
do
it
right now. Oh damn! It's almost shit.
We gotta do the pick'em.
All right, yeah, let's do the pick'em.
All right. First game of the week, easy. Indianapolis Colts versus the New England Patriots.
Ooh, give me the Colts. I like Shane Steichen a lot. I know that Bill Belichick's the GOAT, but I think the Colts have a little bit more firepower, and I think Shane Steichen is up-and-comer.
All right.
I will go Indianapolis as well here. Give me the Colts.
Gentry?
Yeah, I'll take Indy as well, sir.
I am also going Indy. I just can't trust New England, man. Mac Jones is fucking terrible. Team sucks. And the Colts put up a dogfight against Cleveland, so yeah. I think they're going to be able to beat the Patriots. Next up, possibly game of the week, Niners-Jags. Who you got?
That's going to be a really good game. That one's in Jacksonville, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
Jags at home. Niners coming off a bye week. Trent Williams back?
He's a game time decision.
Game time decision. No Trent. Oh, I can't even do it that way.
Yeah.
I gotta go. I ride my Jags. So I'll go Jags. I think if Trent Williams playing, I'll probably lean towards the Niners, but I'm gonna go Jags.
Nick?
Not a chance that this team loses 4 straight. Give me the 49ers.
Fair point.
Bounce back.
Gentry?
No, it's got to be the 49ers for the same point he said. They're not losing 4 in a row. I think this is a huge bounce-back game for them. Even though the Jags have been playing pretty well, still going to go with the 49ers here.
Yeah, I'm going with the Niners as well. Like you guys said, they need this game. There's no way they can lose this game. They got to go out there and play their asses off. They're on a slide. Jacksonville's won like 5 or 6 in a row. They're going to come in fat and sassy. I think the Niners are going to knock them off. Easy.
It's my favorite term.
New Orleans versus Minnesota.
Fat and sassy. New Orleans versus Minnesota. Where's this one?
This is in Minnesota.
This one's in Minnesota. I'm going to go New Orleans. I do like Dobbs. I think Justin Jefferson's game-time decision. But New Orleans is good enough to beat them on a newer situation with Josh Dobbs. Isn't it the Falcons situation here? I'm going to go New Orleans on the road.
Yeah, I do not buy into this Minnesota hype at all. I think they've been lucky as front door. And give me New Orleans in this one. Screw the Vikings. I think they finally fall back down to earth.
Gentry?
Yeah, I'm leaning New Orleans in this one, too. I'm not sure I'm on board with the whole Josh Dobbs thing yet, even though it didn't look that bad coming in with no practice or whatever, not even knowing the playbook, just learning it one day. But I'm still leaning the Saints here.
I'm going Minnesota, bro. I'm all in on Josh Dobbs. This guy,
like
he's electric, man. He makes plays. He wins games. Give me Josh Dobbs. Give me Minnesota at home. Next up, another game that's going to be great. Cleveland, Baltimore. Easy, who you got?
Cleveland, Baltimore. Before the show, I said Cleveland, but that's just stupid. Give me the Baltimore Ravens. I'll bet Cleveland just get some good odds. I do like their defense a lot, but Baltimore's just steamrolling teams right now. They beat the shit out of them last time. And I think this one's in Baltimore, so give me Baltimore.
Yeah, give me the home team. Baltimore's absolutely rolling right now. I don't think there's a chance they lose this game.
Yeah, I'm rolling Baltimore too. They're hot.
All right, yeah, I'm going Baltimore as well. The Baltimore Ravens, man, they've been, like you said, absolutely steamrolling teams. It's awesome to watch. Gentry, if you're going to put that up, stay in the fucking box. Stay in the camera.
Hey.
Sorry, shit.
This is the first time I've seen the quad box. This is sick.
Yeah, the quad box.
I've never seen this, so I had to fix it.
Next up, we got the Jets and the Rams.
Jets versus Rams. If Matthew Stafford...
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I think it's Raiders. Jets, Raiders.
Jets, Raiders.
Yeah.
Ooh, fuck. That's bad, too.
Can't even read my own handwriting.
Is there better games to pick? What? Jesus.
No, there's not.
Packers, Steelers?
It's fucking on there. Pick the game I told you. Jets, Raiders.
Where's this one at?
It is in Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas? Damn, dude. The Jets have a really good defense. The Raiders... Oh, fuck. Give me Jets. They gotta win. I mean, like Rob saw his jobs in the line, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the Raiders pull it off.
Nick?
Give me the Raiders. Give me the Raiders, baby.
I think this one can go either way, but... I don't know. I think I'm going to lean the Raiders. I'm going to ride the little hype train they got going on. The locker room obviously is in there after the last dub, so I'm riding the Raiders. I don't like Zach Wilson anyway, so.
Give me the Jets. That defense is too good. They're going to make the Raiders had that hype. It's like the same thing with fucking Saturday when he started his first game as head coach. They won, and then they fell off a cliff. Give me the Raiders. They're going to go there. They're going to make things – the Jets. They're going to make things happen in Las Vegas. Next up, Tennessee, Tampa Bay. Who you got?
Tennessee, Tampa Bay.
In Tampa.
In Tampa. I'll go Tampa Bay. Another one I would be surprised to see Tennessee pull it off. They look a lot better with Will Levis, but Tampa needs to get one.
Nick?
Give me the Titans. I'm riding on the Will Levis train here. I'm starting them in fantasy, and I'm obviously picking them here.
Gentry?
I think I'm going to go Bucks here. We're talking Titans, Bucks, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm going Bucks here. I think they've, lost a couple in a row. Time for them to bounce back. I'm not sure I trust Will Levis against the Tampa defense, so.
I'm also going Tampa. I think that Tampa defense has got some veterans. It's got some playmakers. They're going to show some looks to Will Levis, get him scared, give him some happy feet in there, and make things happen. Next up, easy. Pittsburgh, Green Bay.
Pittsburgh.
Steelers.
Pittsburgh.
Gentry.
Pittsburgh.
I'm also going Pittsburgh, and that is going to be my lock of the week. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. Finally, Detroit Chargers. Who you got?
It was a tough one to begin the week. Chargers defense, I think, is a lot better than people give them credit for. Justin Herbert's very dangerous. They are at home. They're in a need it to happen. Neil Rule took that as his get right. Took the Justin Herbert, his mid quarterback in the Chargers over the Detroit Lions,
to cover.
Ultimately, I think I think we'll go Detroit Lions. They're a run game. Either the Chargers have a top 5 run defense. I think David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs can be dangerous and confuse those guys a little bit too. And we have a great offensive line too. So
Nick?
We talked about it a little bit earlier on the show. Philly has a tough schedule. This is Detroit's spot here to get the fast track to the 1 seed. The Detroit Lions pick up a massive win on the road in LA. Going to be a bunch of Lions fans there. Lions win at SoFi.
I like it. I'm going Lions too. I think on Big D I said 27-24 Lions, but it's a huge game for the Lions. Honestly, it's a huge game for both teams, but I think the Lions pull this one out.
I'm going Detroit Lions as well. Healthy offensive line, healthy David Montgomery. They go out there 35-27 Detroit Lions.
Hey yo.
All right, we need some
lock my
Baltimore this way.
Oh, fucking
got it.
I was going to do it.
All right, who you got?
Who else I picked for games, or who else I picked to win?
You can take Indy, Jacksonville, New Orleans, the Jets, Tampa Bay, or Detroit.
I had to do you dirty, Easy, my bad.
Yeah, you're a piece of shit.
I'm not wearing this 2 weeks straight.
I hope you are now.
Well, it wouldn't be, because there's a buffer week that you still got to wear it.
Which is a day. He can still come in on a random day. Give me my picks one more time. I apologize.
I'll be in Tuesday.
Indy, Jacksonville, New Orleans, the Jets, Tampa Bay, or Detroit?
Give me New Orleans.
All right, Gentry, you can lock Indy, San Francisco, Las Vegas, Tampa Bay, or Detroit.
I'm going to lock San Francisco.
Lock in the Niners. All right. Well, those are our picks for the week, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see who's in the suit. Nick, tell us about Glorious Cannabis.
Yeah, just in time for football. Glorious Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good, it's like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in the honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you're missing out. So smooth. Find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% off. Check us out online at www.canna.com.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Your childhood may be over, but playtime is not. Outdoor Equipment Company is your source for outdoor power equipment, sales, service, and parts. Carry top brands such as LS Tractor, Bad Boy Steel, and more. Service in the Great Lakes region with locations in Metro Detroit and Greater Lansing. For more information, visit us at OutdoorEquipmentCo.com. Outdoor Equipment Company, your power equipment playground.
That's terrible.
Hey, Nick, I think you have a good radio voice. How's that?
I was going to say, Spenny, that was brutal. That was a brutal listen from the booth.
Nick, can you bring us back from the break in your radio voice?
Back to you, boys. No, I don't know. I got nothing for you there.
And welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights, live on WoodwardSports.com.
I got to shout out somebody real quick, and I don't know if he sent any pick. Oh, okay, I'll give him one picks. I made a bet with a listener of ours. Whenever we asked for anybody wants to get their foot in the business, we may be looking for an extra technical director or a sound guy. Tim Belzit hit me up in the chat, and we made a little bet because he has no prior experience. But he gave me a 6-for-6 parlay last night.
Did it hit?
3 hockey picks, yeah, and 3 NBA picks.
And you didn't share it?
Was it the guy who just put that parlay in the chat?
Tim Belzit. Did he put it in the chat? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Tim Belzit is his name. We made that bet. He won. He hit the 6-for-6. So maybe we start featuring some of his bets. We'll see how this keeps going. But tonight he gave us Isaiah Stewart over 2.5 points in the first quarter of the Pistons game, which I actually don't hate.
That's a good one.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's just sink a 3. I feel like that's pretty easy there.
Right? Easy money. He's been sending me some of these slips. There's some big money ones. Shout out my guy Brian too. Brian's been putting me on those ladder picks.
Yeah.
Shout out Brian.
Shout out Brian for the ladder pick.
If you guys also want to tail Nick, Nick's got a good one that I took this right before the show started. Actually, Nick's, you want to give your Pistons pick?
Yeah,
your
let's
parlay?
do it. Let's rock out. Everything's below their averages. It should be pretty easy here. Gonna go with Cade Cunningham, 20 points. Tyrese Maxey, 20 points. Joel Embiid, 25 points. Tobias Harris, 10 points. Jalen Duren, 6 rebounds. Asar Thompson, 6 rebounds. And Joel Embiid, 8 boards. 25 gets you 164 with the FanDuel boost. We are not sponsored by FanDuel, so if you're listening...
Yeah, don't say FanDuel, it's just a boost.
Just a boost, my bad.
I mean, this guy.
It's a lock, baby.
I'm trying to get a sponsorship with FanDuel.
Yeah, that one's a lock, though.
I like that.
Tim, if you're in the chat, tell us what book you took that Isaiah Stewart. Wow, I need to know so I can take the bet.
No free plugs.
It's not a free plug. We're just trying to make some free money. Shout out to Tim Bells it. Keeps that going. I have to do like a Friday pick 'em with him or something. This kid's been hot. Shout out to Brian too. I was probably very similar to what Nick's was just now too. You got any bets going on tonight?
No, I'm broke as shit.
I'm broke too. We making it happen. Did you cook anything up, Gentry?
I might throw some money in the old FanDuel account.
I'm probably gonna bet on KD later.
KD later?
Yeah.
Like what?
But I don't know. I haven't really checked it out yet.
What's your score prediction for the Detroit Lions? 50
it's a tough one to call. 28-24.
Gentry's stroking out our listeners. Nick, what's your score prediction?
You're going to have to tune into Woodward Nights.
There you go.
Nice plug.
Jesus. Gentry, score prediction?
What, for the Lions?
Yeah.
I literally said it like not even 5 minutes ago.
Say it again.
27-24.
And I got 35-26, Detroit Lions. That'll do it for us today. Appreciate you all tapping into the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com.
Love you guys.
Like and share the stream.
Hit the like button for Lucas.
Easy, for Gentry, for
Gotta take him to the
Nick,
hospital
for
again.
Beth, for Charles Energy Johnson, for myself, Spencer Exter. We are the Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys on Monday. Peace.